Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love. Now, most of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. So today I want to talk to you guys about fat loss. I feel like a lot of times when we think about weight loss, we're just worried about the number on the scale. And the truth is that we all want to see that number on the scale move, but what we're really after is fat loss, you know? Because at the end of the day, you can take a diuretic, you can do something where you just kind of get rid of water weight, but that's not really what we're after. We want to see fat, like, right? A lot of us that are out there like trying to get on a weight loss journey and really focusing on eating healthy and going to the gym and doing all of this is really to get our fat. You know, like we're really trying to lose fat. So today I just want to talk to you guys about a few tips that have really worked for me over the years to actually get fat off my body. So first things first, intermittent fasting is a great tool. The reason why intermittent fasting works so well is because you're obviously not eating for a certain period of time. And during that time, your body is burning off the food that you eat. So we're actually not meant, like as humans, we are not meant to eat all day long, but over the years, it's just become very natural and very common and almost very trendy to eat all day. Like you have your breakfast, oh, then we have a snack, and then we have lunch, and then we have a caramel macchiato, and then we have a snack after that, and then we have dinner, and then we still have dessert. Where in the past, that wasn't the case. Actually, people would go days without eating, and our bodies are able to survive because our bodies tap into our fat stores. And I'll talk a little bit about that once we start talking about carbs. But anyway, intermittent fasting is a very helpful tool. It's actually very healthy. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is just from personal experience. If you have questions regarding like your health and fasting, then ask your doctor about that. But when it comes to me personally, I have utilized intermittent fasting as a great tool. It has been something that has helped me lose a lot of body fat, and it's also helped me heal my body. Our bodies are natural healers, and fasting is a great tool for that as well. We're not gonna talk about healing because we are talking about burning fat and getting fat off of our body. So you can start with a very short or like a shorter intermittent fast, which is like 8 hours. You can do 12 hours, 14 hours, work your way up to 16 hours, 18 hours, and then a 24-hour fast. And even though 24 hours seems like a really long time, you could actually eat every day while still fasting for 24 hours. You would just do, like, let's say you have dinner, today at 6 p.m. Then you would just fast all the way until tomorrow, 6 p.m. And there you have it. You have a 24-hour fast. We all fast, okay? We all do while we're sleeping, we're fasting. And then some of us just continue and just kind of stretch that window out a little longer. But the longer you fast, the more body fat you burn. Okay, so that's one. Intermittent fasting is a great tool to actually burn body fat. I'll go into carbs just because they kind of go hand in hand. Like, you guys have all heard of the keto diet. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I did keto for many years. Keto is something, if you're not familiar with it, you just really drop your carb intake, and what happens is your body switches from burning sugar, burning glucose, to burning fat. And so when your body is burning fat and you intermittent fast, then you basically go into a fat burning mode when you are not eating. And that is another way to really tap into your fat stores, because if you're intermittent fasting, your glucose is already low, your insulin's already low, then you are going to burn a lot of body fat when you're not eating. So that's another tool that has helped me tremendously to burn body fat. A lot of people have had a ton of success. The thing about it is, yes, keto is a bit restrictive, right? Because you are just really, really limiting those carbs, the carbohydrates, but it is very effective for burning body fat. So I feel like intermittent fasting and the keto diet work hand in hand. You don't necessarily have to like categorize it as the keto diet. You could just lower your carbs, avoid having your rice and your bread and your tortillas. Really just stick to protein. Stick to a high protein diet. Start your day with protein. Always kind of focus on that protein with healthy fats. Think of it more of like a short-term, it's like a short-term sacrifice for a long-term benefit. Short-term, yes, you're gonna cut back on those carbs, you're gonna feel it, but you know, the benefits from that, besides burning body fat, is you're also going to really minimize like your cravings for junk food and carbs. The lower your carbs, the least amount of cravings you will have. You know, you could obviously track all of this on an application. I actually have an app that I use. It's actually connected to my scale. It's actually like a body analyzer, which I feel like for us, it's really convenient because it tracks your weight. It tracks like your water, it tracks your muscle. It's actually called Body Pod, and I can leave a link in the description below. I absolutely love it. It breaks down all my metrics. So I know exactly like the 180 pounds, I know how much of that is water, I know how much of that is muscle. You know what I mean? And I feel like it just sits a lot better with me because I've always been really heavy. Like my entire life, I've always been like a heavy person. I'm still really heavy, like 180 pounds. I'm always used to my friends being like, oh, 110 pounds, 120 pounds. Like I was always like 190 pounds. So anyway, I feel like it's just a really good tool if you're on a weight loss journey. Instead of just having a regular scale, I definitely recommend doing something like this because you have an overall view of the breakdown of your weight versus just the number, and that's it. You know what I mean? And if you have insurance, so if you have HSA or FSA, that can actually cover the Body Pod. But I do have a discount code as well. So if you don't have that, you could use my discount code that stacks on top of their already discounted price. So you can get up to 50% off. But either way, I'll leave that in the description below for you. Now let's talk about calories, okay? So I'm not a big fan of tracking calories and macros. One, I'm just like not organized enough to like, and structured enough to track my entire day. But at the end of the day, you definitely want to be calorie conscious. If you are someone that can track your calories, do it. Especially if you are actively on a weight loss journey and you're like, I really want to lose body fat. It's science. Like it's not, it's not something that is just like made up in the fitness world. The truth is, in order for you to lose your weight, so body fat is one thing and then weight is the other. But I feel like when you're on a weight loss journey, like you don't just want to lose body fat, you kind of want to lose both, right? Because one, the body fat is going to transform the way you look. And then the weight is going to just make you a smaller person. So does body fat. I don't know. It's kind of, it goes hand in hand, but I feel like as women, like when you're trying to, like you're on a weight loss journey, you want to see both. Like you want to see the difference in the mirror, but you also want to see the difference in the scale. And so that is where your calories are going to come into play. Now, not all calories are created equal. I will be the first to tell you that. 1,000 calories of Oreos is not the same as 1,000 calories of like chicken and veggies and rice. You know what I mean? It's just not the same. I would say if you are someone that can track and you have the motivation and dedication to actually track your stuff, do it. Because a lot of times you don't realize how many calories are in like an iced coffee. A lot of times when you add that creamer in the morning, you're like, oh, I'm just adding a splash. Well, that splash could be about 3 to 4, maybe even 5 servings. And if you're not using something that's like sugar-free or sweetened with stevia or whatever, then you are adding a lot of sugar into your coffee. And so those are little things that you could be like, dude, I am eating everything right. Like, why isn't the scale moving? It could be something that simple. So that's where the tracking really comes into play. But if you are someone who you're like, Myra, I am not snacking, I am not having desserts, I am literally just having 2 meals a day, like good sized meals where I'm having my protein, my veggies, and healthy fats, then you probably don't need to track. You know what I mean? I stick to something very plain Jane and basic like that because I know me. Like, I'm not going to sit there and track, and weigh my food and see I'm having 3 ounces of chicken and blah, blah, blah. Like, no, when I sit down to eat, I'm eating, like, and I'm eating until I'm full, but I don't eat all day long. You know what I mean? So it really just depends on your style. But anyway, that's another tip for actual fat loss is tracking, just being, I don't want to say tracking because I don't want to be that person. I would just say being very mindful of your calories and where they're coming from. If you're talking about chicken, if you're talking about veggies, there's a lot of people that are going to say like, no, I track my chicken, I track my veggies, but I just don't. I feel like when you're having whole foods, like you do not need to be tracking whole foods. Once you're incorporating other foods into your diet and you're having the chips, the low carb chips and the low carb bars and the low carb ice cream, and you're doing all of this, excuse me, and you're doing all of that and incorporating that into your diet, then that's when it's a different story. And I would say, sure, I would definitely be tracking. So that's another tip for actual fat loss. Okay, so I have my little notes here. Definitely prioritize protein. You guys know how I feel about that. I do have my meal plan as well. That's what I've used. That's what's worked for me. I created that for you because I want you guys to have something that just helps you step by step. So I have that linked in the description below for you as well. And then moving your body. So I would say strength training is also an amazing way to burn body fat. You guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I have been struggling to stay consistent. For 2025, my goal is to really get on like a consistent workout routine. We're still at the beginning of the year, so I'm kind of like, okay, Myra, like, let's get this together, because it is what makes me feel my best. Honestly, it's not what helps me burn the most fat. It's not what helps me lose weight. I'm going to tell you right now, and I hate to break it to those of you that feel that working out is the answer. If you want to see the scale go down, if you want to see, like your body actually shrink, yes, working out and weight training, like if you are going hard, you are going to turn your body fat into muscle. That's going to help tremendously. But it's the food you're eating. Diet is 90%, okay? So your weight loss journey, if you're really trying to see that scale move and really trying to transform your body, it's your food. Okay, the going to the gym is going to help though. Going to the gym is going to help tone up your body, because when you lose a lot of weight, we already know there's going to be loose skin, there's going to be, you know what I mean? So you want to be proactive about that. So go to the gym. Make sure you're lifting weights. All of that is going to tone up your legs. It's going to give you a good booty. It's going to tone up your back. You can actually shape your body by going to the gym. And of course, you're there burning. So you're burning that body fat. You're burning fat and turning it into muscle. So that's the last thing that I wanted to talk about, because I feel like even for me, I definitely need to go to the gym more. I feel like when I start going to the gym, I feel my booty, like I'm like, ooh, okay, like my jeans start to look different. I could see it in my leggings where my legs start to look more toned. If I start focusing on my abs, my midsection tends to be a lot leaner. For those of you that don't know, early on after my weight loss journey, I did have skin removal surgery. So my midsection is pretty lean. So when I start going into the gym and focusing on my abs, I can get like a really nice core. But again, that doesn't have too much to do with like weight. It has more to do with like toning and burning body fat. And so anyway, so I feel like that's the last thing I'm going to leave off on is, the gym is great to burn body fat. And I feel like it's a tool that you could definitely utilize. There's so many other benefits to working out mentally. I feel like it's such a great stress reliever. If you're someone that has a lot of stress in your life, sometimes you walk in there and you're just like, oh, like, what am I doing here? Like, why am I even doing this? And then you get on that, Stairmaster, you get on the treadmill, or you get on the elliptical or whatever. And I would say it probably takes a solid 5 minutes before you're just like, dude, we are here. Like, we are doing this. You know what I mean? And then you just get like really into it. And I have never, and I'm telling you, I have never walked out of the gym and not said like, dang, I'm glad I came. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you walk in there, you're in that shitty mood. You're just like, dude, what is life? Like, why am I even here? Like, I hate this. And then I get in there and I'm just like, oh, yes, like I crushed it. And so, yeah, it's just a great way to also burn body fat. And again, it's not just the body fat though. Like mentally, it's a really, I feel like it does a lot more for you than what a lot of us think, you know? So anyway, guys, those are some of my tips that have literally worked for me. It's what I have used in the last now, going on like 20 years. And, you know, I have lost 135 pounds. I've had a little bit of weight gain here and there, but I know exactly how to get it back down. And it's using these tools, intermittent fasting, getting my carbs super, super low, you know, tracking. I feel like at this point in my life, it's not something that I do now, but it's definitely something I did do when I was first starting. Obviously prioritizing protein. Protein is huge, guys. I'm telling you, stick to your protein, your veggies, and your healthy fats. Again, if you don't know where to start, you're confused, I have my meal plan linked in the description below, so check that out. And then of course, working out. Get that booty toned, get those legs toned. Guys, I'm telling you, it's a transformation in your body and your mind. Overall, it's like the whole package. It just works. I'm telling you, it's the best way to burn fat. So again, if you are trying to burn fat off your body, follow these tips and let me know how it goes for you. Always come back, comment down below. I love going through your comments and really just seeing your feedback. So I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, show me some love, go hit that like button. And don't forget, share this video, share my channel with your friends, your family, whether they're on a weight loss journey themselves or maybe just trying to make healthier choices in their life. Things like this could be really, really helpful. But thank you so much for being here. I love you and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.